402-560-6197 or go to selectplumbinginc.com, serving Lincoln, Seward, Milford, and the surrounding areas. For over 15 years, Integrated Life Choices has empowered individuals with disabilities in Lincoln and throughout Nebraska. They provide comprehensive services from group homes and independent living services to job training, ensuring fulfilling lives for those that they serve. Now, they're inviting you to join their mission. If you're passionate about making a difference in the lives of people with developmental disabilities, explore rewarding career opportunities with them. Learn more about their services and apply today at www.ilc.net. Be a part of Integrated Life Choices, where your work truly changes lives. Ready to add a dash of Southern flavor to your week? At Wings and Rings, their brand new Southern fried wings have arrived for a limited time. Indulge in the irresistible goodness of large, traditional bone-in wings coated in a crispy beer batter and fried to perfection. Try them with hot honey or any other sauces. And for those busy summer days coming up, look no further than their Southern Fried Wings Family Bundle. Wings and Rings, 2 Lincoln locations on O Street or Village Lane.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up.
But why?
Because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Allo Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela. They let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit allofiber.com to switch today.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful, with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work, to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Hey, baseball fans, join the Blur Tailgate at Hilton Omaha this June for our 12th annual hospitality event during the College Baseball Championship Series. Book an experience for your clients or employees with an inclusive bar, buffet, TVs, music, and tailgate games. Secure your spot today and let Blur Events take care of all the work so you can enjoy the day. Plus, we're just steps away from Charles Schwab Field. Visit blurevents.com to book your group, buy tickets, or learn about sponsorships. That's blurevents.com, your college baseball and football tailgate destination.
Play ball! Looking for the ultimate change-up from the typical family nights? How about a Grand Slam good time with friends and coworkers? Then unleash the fun at Haymarket Park with an action-packed, thrilling season of Salt Dogs baseball. Choose from 50 home games now through August with daily and weekly specials your whole pack can enjoy, including group discounts. Don't miss out on the magic and the excitement. Strike 3, you're out! Visit saltdogs.com to reserve your tickets today. Unleash the fun.
On the Block with Strick and Austin.
When you look at Nebraska baseball, a 40-win season, best pitching in the Big Ten, above average offense for the Big Ten. You go to regionals, far and away the best pitching staff, but a good half a run below even the third worst offense in that regional. When you look at Nebraska baseball, is that a program that needs to improve the pitching first or the lineup first to be able to make more of a dent in the postseason?
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Weekly rap sessions with All-American quarterback Steve Taylor, Nebraska Football Hall of Famer.
Blitz is on. Taylor picks it up. Fires. Touchdown, Nebraska.
Canadian Football League Grey Cup champion.
Taylor again, wide open.
First team All-American quarterback Steve Taylor.
5 for Steve Taylor. That is a new Nebraska record.
Oh, there we go.
Here we are. This is Weekly Rap Sessions with All-American quarterback Steve Taylor, the New York Yankee draftee, two-time first team All-Big 8, All-American, Nebraska Hall of Famer, NFL draftee, Grey Cup champion quarterback and Grandpa Steve Taylor, the newest title.
Dude, where'd you get all that info from? Did someone send you that?
Somebody did send me that, along with some pictures of a cute new baby.
Yeah, just a little fun for kicks and giggles. Oh yeah. Dude, I'm liking the way my little bucket hat is looking.
Yeah, it looks it looks smooth out here.
No, I love I wear bucket hats for tailgating and stuff, and I just mentioned earlier how my friend Jim and Patsy from Tucson, Arizona got me this bucket hat, and they got little Nas T-Dub, the same one but a baby one, and it has number 1 on it for the first one, firstborn. So that's why I'm repping the bucket hat today.
Yeah.
But and plus my head is cold, man, because it's a little cold. I'm like, it'll come in handy.
Yeah, the weather is as it usually does in Omaha. You get a rained out game. We had that last night, so we had an early game, and I think there was just another home run hit.
Was there?
I have to double check. I think Florida or Kentucky is trying to get back into this thing.
I was a little disappointed because I wanted to actually go to a game.
Yeah.
And I had my glove and everything ready to go, but then we had the baby yesterday, so my wife stayed at home. So now it's just me, and I was like, I love taking my glove to the ballpark.
Oh yeah, I mean, baseball's a special time, and yeah, Kentucky did hit a home run. It is 9-4, top of the 5th here. So the Florida still has the lead here, as we see.
Terrell
went and found a Georgia hat.
He went and got a Georgia hat he found a Georgia hat in one of these waste baskets over here. Someone threw it away.
A white
They're
Georgia
trading
hat.
him in, yeah.
Looks good on him.
It does look good on him. It does. All right, man.
Big SEC fan. There are a lot of SEC teams vying for a position here, but like you said, it's just there's something special about as far as there's so many great sports to go to, live events, but baseball might stand out as the best. Bring your glove, go out there and catch a ball.
You can have a hot dog, you can have a beverage, you can have a beer, and you're in the sun. So it's nice. I did that. We went to a couple of games last year, and it is nice.
Yeah,
it is.
What would you say? What's your favorite event to go to if not baseball?
Oh, golf.
Go watch golf.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
I went to the Masters, and it was nothing like it. And now I want to go to the U.S. Open after what happened last week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, the venues are all great. I've been to the NBA Finals because my nephew played and won with Dallas Mavericks, right? I have not gone to the Super Bowl. Right? Yeah, Deshaun. I haven't gone to a Super Bowl. I've gone to playoffs, but we had the Grey Cup in Canada, whatnot. But golf is, first of all, golf is a 4-day event. So instead of just 1 day, you got a 4-day event. And it's just nice, man, to see what those guys do and how they do it. You always appreciate something that you didn't do. So I did football.
Yeah.
So I appreciate golf even more because I didn't do it at the highest level.
Do you get the itch to play when you're out there watching them, or you
understand?
Oh yeah.
I get the itch to play football when I'm watching football or basketball. I get the itch to do whatever I love. I even watching the Stanley Cup playoffs or the finals because that's fun to watch too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a whole different intensity, a whole different level of play once you get into the playoffs and then the actual final game.
Did you ever have any coaching, tried coaching at all or thought about it?
No, I thought about it for when I was getting treatment that I didn't want to coach.
Yeah.
You got to be there too early, man.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't golf if I coached.
Yeah.
You're married to the football field. You're married to the film room. It's a different life, and it's one that I did not want to live.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, though, but it's not one.
It did remind me because I thought about coaching. I'm obviously a young guy. I tried to help coaching out one time, and I just noticed as I was coaching basketball, and I just wanted to play. I was like, put me in. Oh wait, no, I can't go in. I'm
coaching
playing,
is it's just a different profession. I mean, you see so many kids that have so much talent, and they just go the other way for whatever reason, and you can't coach them not to go that way, right? I don't know. It's just wasn't. I like to coach for like a camp. I'm good for like a 1 or 2 day camp, quarterback session, something like that. That's about all I'm good for.
That could be something you can get into.
And I can be an armchair quarterback coach.
Yeah.
That's about it. Yeah.
Well, that's what we have you here on the ticket for. Yeah.
That's why I'm on radio. I'm an armchair quarterback coach.
Yeah. Well, it is too. I mean, it is getting at that time. June 19th. Happy Juneteenth to everybody out there.
Yeah. You have a flag?
I don't have a flag.
I'm gonna buy you a flag. I'm gonna get you a flag.
That'd be sweet. I would love a flag.
I got a flag and I put it up. Oh yeah.
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 Yeah. So happy Juneteenth to everybody out there. When that is, just kind of a reminder as we get closer to July, closer to August.
Is that what the
college football's
reminder
around.
is?
Well, any
Juneteenth.
that's what Juneteenth reminds me of football. No,
I thought you were going to say something. I thought you were going to say something profound, Bach.
No.
It's all about football.
Well,
Football is
everything
good.
in the summer, you mark it up. July 4th reminds me of football, and then everything is just counting down to football days.
So who was the player today? I think the other couple of days ago. I like it when they do the number jersey players countdown.
Oh,
What
yeah,
number?
yeah.
We were 94, 93 days away, and it was either Ndamukong Suh or someone. I haven't looked lately.
Yeah, I haven't seen those countdowns. I did one of those myself. Those are fun to look up.
They are fun. It's kind of creative, too. I like that.
Yeah, those are a lot of fun. But one thing that we should mention today, as we are talking a little bit of baseball and Juneteenth, is that Willie Mays has passed away.
Yes.
At the age of 93. The Say Hey Kid played for the Giants and Mets. One of the best to ever do it. 24-time All-Star, 2-time National League MVP.
I thought about that, too, because, he had a good life. 93, that's a good life.
That's a long time.
And is he the grandfather of Barry Bonds?
I believe so, yeah.
I was the grandfather, so I thought about that now that I have a boy as a grandson. Like one day, little Nas or whatever, maybe doing something.
Yeah.
So I thought about today because I was thinking Willie Mays. That's Willie Mays' grandson, Barry Bonds, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think. And to that point, though, your new grandson, his dad is Ty Webster. He's got.
Ty won't come on the show.
Taylor
man.
jeans, the Ty Webster.
Yeah,
jeans.
he won't come on the show.
He won't. He's just not going to.
I think he's intimidated because I think it's my show, so he doesn't want to come on my show.
Ah.
Like if you called, I think he'll come on your.
Yeah,
he'll come and talk to you. But if I ask him, he's not coming to talk to me, his father. Whatever his grandfather, whatever I am.
Yeah.
He won't do it. he wants to, but he really wants to, but he won't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He makes up this competition against me, which I don't know why, but
it's tough to compete with you.
That's what I said, dude. There is no competition. I say that first of all because I'm 57 and you're like 29, right?
Yeah.
But he has this. There's a natural thing there anyway, I guess. I said, dude, we're both Huskers now. Football is king. Don't get upset with me because I say football is king. It is, right? Football is king, So nothing against basketball. So he loses all the time.
Yeah.
He was outside one day on a deck, and he said he would beat me in the 40. I'm like, dude, wake up.
Now or in your prime?
Never.
Not what happened.
I'm like, that's not even a conversation to have, right? You're a good basketball player. Let's just stay in your lane.
And he's still playing overseas, like you said.
He's still playing overseas. Yeah, he has one more year of commitment, and they got some big. My daughter and him, they've been doing this thing for 10 years, because he's been playing overseas, and my daughter's had some great experiences and everything, and so she got to really see the world. I only saw Canada.
Yeah.
She's been to Istanbul and Germany and all these and Paris and all these different places. Man, she took her boards in London. So she's been traveling for years, and she's settled down the last couple of years. But so they got a lot of dynamics they have to figure out, because she was in Australia just a few months ago and he has one more year. So they got some logistic things to work through, but they got to figure that out, like I had to figure it out with my wife and all that kind of stuff. So we'll see.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get them to move to Nebraska.
Yes,
to stay here in Nebraska, but.
Well, Ty,
my daughter thinks she needs to. She has been gone to Florida. It's just not happening.
Well, I know Ty is one of the most beloved. I know football is king, but as far as basketball players go, people love Ty Webster. He's on one of the tournament team.
I said, dude, they want to hear from. He thought I was selling a hill of beans, right? Or what I said.
Oh no,
they want to hear from Ty Webster. They
want
to hear about what you've been doing for the last 10 years. And the dude got some wild stories. He's been all over playing. Matter of fact, He played last year with the projected number 1 pick in the NBA draft.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It was on his team. He's actually playing with the other guard that played here. What's his name? I can't think of his name right now. The offensive guard escaping, but he's playing with him now. And you have some great stories.
Oh yeah.
People want to hear it, and want to know what you're doing. He just thinks I'm not telling the truth.
Yeah.
He thinks I'm just trying to bribe him to come on the show.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, just strictly from a fan base, they're interested in what former players are doing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm like, I don't want to say I'm letting you come on even as a basketball player. We have to talk to football players. But you can come talk about basketball. No, so we'll see. Hopefully he warms up to the idea.
Well, it's one of the special things about Nebraska. And I don't know how, I'm sure it is that way in other places too, but I've mentioned this before when I went to UCLA game. They announced one of their former Heisman winners, or their former Heisman winner was in the building, or they put him up on the screen. At Nebraska, I just kind of thought if they put Sue or yourself or everybody goes wild.
Yeah.
Everyone's just kind of like, yeah, well, because they're not impressed in Hollywood by stars or whatever. So they're just like, whatever.
Well, that brings back a lot of memories because I had Ty's back when he was playing here. I even went to Coach Miles and told him after the game because that's when Ty was having his senior year and he was having a great run, and he was going to win this. He was going to set this record for the most points played, and it was some ridiculous over a span of games, and he was like 2 points away from accomplishing this major goal that hasn't been done. And Coach took him out the game. And I went to Miles and Miles, what are you doing? I'm not a statistical guy.
Yeah.
But he could have easily gotten the 2 points easily and then pull him out, and he didn't do it. And I told Miles I wasn't very happy about that because you look back at that, that's pretty monumental.
That could be something, yeah.
Yeah, I forget what it was. Some double something like that Ty had was going to get the record, and it was like 4 or 5 minutes left in the game.
Yeah,
and he pulled him out. I said, even if Ty wanted to come out of the game, you should have made him play it and get that.
Yeah. Well, that was part of the fun of Ty's career too here at Nebraska. He was very heralded as a recruit coming in. And so, that tournament team that they did have with Tran Petaway and Walter Pitchford and those guys, he was maybe expected to be the leader of that team. Those guys kind of took over, and Ty kind of played his role.
Yes.
But by the time he was a senior, he was the best player on the team, and he was expected game in and game out to lead them to victory. And his career was just so fun to watch him progress into that guy.
Yeah, no doubt. I was just joking when I say Ty may be a good boyfriend. I mean, she had to go date him, but I was just kind of joking about it. But it turned out that way. No, he had a great career at Nebraska, and he should be happy about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
No doubt.
We are at 93.7 The Ticket. We're live at Blur Events. This is Weekly Wrap Sessions with All-American quarterback Steve Taylor. Since we are talking a little baseball, I do want to get into that because I know a lot of people, if they've listened to the show, they might have heard. We've talked a little bit of baseball before, but some people might not know that you were drafted by the Yankees, that you were a star on the bull. I should say out there on the field,
on the diamond,
the baseball diamond as well as football. So let's take a quick break. We'll jump into kind of your baseball career, Steve Taylor's baseball career. Coming up next here on Weekly Wrap Sessions with All-American quarterback Steve Taylor.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Let's talk about versatility today. Unlike flowers that wither and die or chocolates that disappear in a heartbeat, jewelry is the solid move here, guys. Yes, she will cherish it, but more important than anything, she will brag about it and brag about you. And that's what it's all about. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today. We see a chance of showers and storms throughout the day. An afternoon high around 72. Tonight, showers and storms likely with a low around 63. And tomorrow, a continued chance of showers and storms. It will be warmer, though, with the high around 87. I'm meteorologist Kyle Cluck for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up.
But why?
Because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Aloe Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela, they let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit aloefiber.com to switch today.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Tune in to the Teammates Mentoring Hour each Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. Hear stories from a program started by Tom and Nancy Osborne and how it's changed mentors and mentees' lives and how you can be involved. The Teammates Mentoring Hour, Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Hey Nebraska! Register today for the 40th Annual Cornhusker State Games, taking place July 11th through the 21st in Lincoln, Omaha, and other Nebraska communities. The Cornhusker State Games features 70 sports for athletes of all ages and abilities. Price increases are approaching, so register early and save. For details, go to cornhuskerstategames.com. If you've experienced a sports injury, joint or back pain, trust your care to Nebraska Orthopedic Center, a proud platinum partner of the Cornhusker State Games.
Do you need motivation to get to the gym on the weekend or even in general? Tune into the Movement Hour each Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. Movement Academy owner Robert Kuhlman will host the show as he introduces new ways to stay in shape. The Movement Hour every Saturday morning from 10 to 11 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Hey, baseball fans, join the Blur Tailgate at Hilton Omaha this June for our 12th annual hospitality event during the College Baseball Championship Series. Book an experience for your clients or employees with an inclusive bar, buffet, TVs, music, and tailgate games. Secure your spot today and let Blur Events take care of all the work so you can enjoy the day. Plus, we're just steps away from Charles Schwab Field. Visit blurevents.com to book your group, buy tickets, or learn about sponsorships. That's blurevents.com, your college baseball and football tailgate destination.
Husker fan, the 2024 Nebraska football season is right around the corner, and they need your support in Memorial Stadium this fall. You can now purchase a Husker football 3-game mini plan for only $170. This plan includes tickets to the UTEP or Northern Iowa, plus Illinois or Rutgers, and either UCLA or Wisconsin games. Tickets are only available while supplies last. To purchase your Husker football 3-game mini plan today, or for more information, visit huskers.com/tickets. Go Big Red.
On the Block with Strick and Austin.
When you look at Nebraska baseball, I mean, a 40-win season, best pitching in the Big Ten, above average offense for the Big Ten. You go to regionals, far and away the best pitching staff, but a good half a run below even the third worst offense in that regional. When you look at Nebraska baseball, is that a program that needs to improve the pitching first or the lineup first to be able to make more of a dent in the postseason?
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now back to weekly rap sessions with All-American quarterback Steve Taylor on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are live from Blur Events in Omaha at the College World Series, the greatest show on dirt. We've got a game up and going. Florida up 11-4. The runs just keep coming for Florida. Kentucky trying to make a little bit of a comeback.
What inning are we talking about?
The bottom of the fifth.
Okay.
It's like Florida is up to bat still. So Kentucky's got an opportunity. All you can ask for, I suppose, is an opportunity, but looks like Florida's going to get through this one. We'll see. I mean, you never know. Florida's as well as they can hit. Their pitching isn't always the greatest. We saw in the Nebraska game there. We could be in for a longer game with more runs halfway through bottom of the fifth. There's still a long way to go. So we will see. We don't want to assume Florida's going to get the win, but they do have a 7-run lead. And of course, this is
a lot of baseball today.
A lot of baseball.
This is
the first of 3 games. Tennessee and Florida State will also have a game at 2 o'clock. Tennessee, if they win, will punch their ticket to the finals, the College World Series finals. Florida State's going to have to win 2 in order to knock Tennessee out. And Texas A&M and Trev Alberts will be awaiting the winner of Florida and Kentucky. And the winner of Florida Kentucky.
That may be scary if he has to come through the. Be seen.
Yeah, we were talking the other day. Maybe he's got some secret tunnels he knows about in Omaha or something moving around.
Fans can be brutal.
Yeah, it was funny because the one picture I did see of him, he is in Omaha. He was up in one of the seats, and I don't know. It's just the way that there's no context. It's just the way he looked. It looked like he's like looking around.
He wants to see that beer coming at him.
Yeah, you got to watch out and see. I hope that he's that
heads on a swivel.
I hope anybody, if they run into him, treats him with respect. They still say he's setting up Nebraska pretty well, with all their sports. Certainly, as a former Husker, you thought he was going to retire here, so it hurts that he leaves. Just
his loss.
But yeah,
his loss.
His loss. Did you see, by the way, Texas A&M already has now under his leadership. And I don't know if it was planned before him or not. They had a concert with 110,000 people with it the last week, I believe, and that set the new record.
That set the new record?
Yeah. So
they can have
things.
that. That's small potatoes. We just did it for kicks and giggles.
Yeah.
They can have that.
Yeah, that's fine. But I at least will cheer for Trev Alberts in his path and see what he does. I know that's not the same for everybody in Husker.
I don't wish anyone harm.
Yeah.
But I just don't really care.
Yeah. Care less now than
care less.
Husker Red. But we are at the College World Series, the greatest show on dirt, with one of the best quarterbacks to ever lace them up for Nebraska, All-American quarterback Steve Taylor. This is Weekly Rap Sessions with former All-American quarterback Steve Taylor. But what maybe something a little bit lesser known about you, because you had so much success in football, is that you're actually a pretty darn good baseball player.
It was my first love. It was my first love.
By the Yankees. Yeah,
so it was my first love. I think I started playing baseball. I started when I was like 7 years old, Fresno, California, and I loved it. I pitched, played infield, shortstop, then went to second base. And when I moved to San Diego, they finally moved me to outfield, and that's kind of when I lost interest a little bit. I do wish I would have taken it further. I really do. Just with the timing, the way things were at the time, and a lot of athletes were not doing both at the time. And Bo later did it. But there were a few, Bo and Deion Sanders, but not very many, right? Especially not quarterbacks. A lot of guys played like John Elway was drafted and played, and didn't really play baseball, but was a first round pick, something like that. But I do wish I would have taken it further when I was in college. But I was just right on that cusp, and we were close to, having a chance to win the national championship. So Coach wanted me to go through spring, and Turner Gill had done it before, So but I do wish I would have taken a little further.
Yeah. So did you play all the way through high school?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. It was. Matter of fact, I fought my high school coach and Ray Hooper in Lincoln High School that I wanted to play, because once I moved with him, he told me I was no longer going to play baseball. It was just going to be football, and I was living with him and his family. And at that time, they have a huge influence on your career. And I really had no complaints because I was being heavily recruited, football wise. But he made it very difficult. But I did say I will give up basketball. I played my junior year, but didn't play my senior year. But I said I'm definitely playing baseball.
Yeah.
And so he let me have that.
Were you playing? Did you say outfield by the time you were?
Yeah. When I moved to San Diego, I was always a shortstop, and I pitched and played shortstop throughout all my years in Fresno, California. But then when I left and moved to Southern Cal, San Diego, they had already had. I mean, he's actually a really good shortstop. He played college ball at San Diego State. Anthony was his name, Johnson, and Keith Mitchell played. Keith Mitchell was an outfielder with us, but so they had a shortstop and they had a pretty good second baseman in Leon Conley. So they asked me to go to the outfield. I never played the outfield, and that's kind of when I lost interest a little bit, because I've never played outfield, and it's just not as much action as it is, pitching and playing infield. And so I have to be accountable for that. I kind of lost a little bit of interest. I still love the bat and all that kind of stuff, but it just, I got bored out there.
Yeah,
I did. I would hear the bat crack and I would have to react, right? Because you just kind of, you think about everything when you're out there all by yourself for 9 innings and everything. So, so that's when I moved outfield.
What would you say your strengths are? Was it on the offensive side or the defensive side?
Just my speed and my hitting. Yeah. I was a pretty good hitter and had a strong arm. So that's why outfield obviously was a natural position for me. I was a pretty good fielder. Wasn't a great fielder, but I was pretty good at it. I'm just an athlete playing. But I could have been a pretty outstanding outfielder.
Yeah. Contact hitter or power?
I had power later on in my career. Before I didn't really think I had power. I would just hit singles and doubles and triples, but never really thought about power until my junior year in high school. And that's when I hit it, and it was just out of the park. And that's when I discovered, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, I got a little bit of power, right? And that's when you start, once you know that, you start swinging like
Start
that,
using
right?
it, yeah.
And so I hit some home runs, and so I was a natural left-handed batter, which was even better, So so that part was fun. I did discover that, I wasn't a big guy. I was probably about 175, 180, 185 at the most. And then as I got stronger and bigger, then I developed some power.
Was that your favorite moment in baseball? Is hitting a home run?
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
It is. It's just.
You're the man in the stadium.
And in San Diego, we had a couple of fields where they had they must have, I don't know, maybe 15, 20-foot fences, and I would hit it over that,
Oh, yeah.
And it was just cool.
Jeez.
It was just cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then how did you learn of being drafted by the Yankees? Was there any negotiation? How did any of that go?
I was like, my coach forbid me to talk to scouts when I was playing, and they used to be at the baseball games, and I would be at the batter's box, and they would be behind the cage and stuff like that, right? And they would say some little things, but my coach said, don't talk to him, and you don't talk to him, and so I never did. But somehow one scout came up to me and gave me his number, and I called him, and he said, why don't you meet me at McDonald's? I can meet you at this time. So I got out of the house and went to McDonald's. I never forget this, and I took the psychological test, some stupid test. Yeah, I took the test and everything.
At McDonald's.
Just to do it, right?
Yeah.
And then I was watching the news, and I was drafted,
Oh.
And Ken Griffey Jr. was a big draft that year. And I had my letter, and I had the contract of what they was going to offer me and what you would get per month and everything. And it was the New York Yankees.
Yeah. Tough to say no to the
Yankees. It was the New York Yankees, and my coach said, "Look at that! You only get like $500 or $600 a month. You can't live off that, and you got to travel all around all these little ballparks and everything." Yeah. I think my bonus was something like maybe 40 or 50 or 60,000 at the time. I could have got, but and so, but I was going to the University of Nebraska.
Yeah.
On a full,
by that time, you had already signed.
Yeah, I was committed. I was verbally committed. And so I was excited about that. Nebraska was the best football team, one of the best football teams in the country. Played in the 83-84 Orange Bowl, and they beat LSU in the Sugar Bowl my senior year. So I still had great things to look forward to and thought I could play professionally. I knew I could play in Canada because they were playing black quarterbacks and athletic quarterbacks. So I always knew I could play in Canada and everything. So I had a good option. So and then that's when it became more prevalent when Deion Sanders was doing his things and playing at Florida State and playing professional baseball, and Bo Jackson was on a huge stage, and that's later in my professional career in Canada. I thought about trying to play baseball, but I was out of baseball for so many years and stuff like that. So, but I used to go to a lot of AAA teams in Edmonton and in Calgary, and but even when I go to games, I watch guys out there. I went to a couple of Salt Dogs games, and I watch these guys out there they look bored. They're making up stuff to do. And I asked my wife, I said, I don't know if I could have made it.
Yeah.
There's not enough action. It's a different temperament.
Yeah,
it's a different temperament.
Yeah. By the way, more points on the board, more runs across the board, I should say, for Florida. They're up 14-4 now on Kentucky. Really poured it on here in the bottom of the fifth. They might get 20 runs today. I mean, they're still
that's one thing about any sport, but especially college, man. If those bats get hot, man. I can't imagine playing baseball in college with aluminum bats. I mean, that ball's pretty hot.
Yeah.
It's hot, man. So
do you guys just have wooden bats back in the day?
Well, Pop Warner. Well, you had aluminum, but you're small. In high school, you had wooden bats.
Yeah.
You had aluminum bats, right? And I actually bat with that. But at the collegiate level, man, I can't believe they have not gone to wooden bats. It must just be a money thing or something.
Yeah.
Because
people love offense.
that ball is hot, man. You get some powerful hitters, and that comes off like a rocket.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
Yeah. So very cool stuff. Again, kind of going through Steve's story of being in baseball. So baseball, football. Did you mention you played some track as well?
I was a really good basketball player. I mean, I really was. I growing up in Fresno, that's all we did, man. We used to go to the park and play baseball, basketball, and football, and I did all that. And I was a really good little point guard. And started every year, and I just played.
Yeah.
But then once again, my coach was like, "Well, you don't really have a future in basketball."
Yeah.
I'm struggling to be 6 feet, right? And, and everything, and I wasn't all that
just compared to your other options.
Yeah, the other options. Yeah. So and then he said you just don't want to risk injury. So and I was like, okay, so I gave up. I gave up basketball.
Yeah. And I remember asking you this before, but it's kind of a cool story of potentially thinking about playing baseball at Nebraska.
Yeah. I mean, I it's really weird because when it came down to it, it was my decision to make. And if things would have not been going well for me football wise, maybe I would have played. But it was tough. Any other environment, I probably would have played. But my buddy Sean Buchanan played, and I used to go watch him. And dude, it was freezing cold.
Yeah.
I'm from California, man. I didn't want to play football in the cold.
Yeah.
Let alone play baseball, for 4 hours or whatever it seems like out there. And they just didn't have the resources that we have football wise. I mean, they took a bus to all their games, Oklahoma and all these places. We only took a bus to Kansas, to Iowa State and everything. Otherwise, we had chartered flights. So I wasn't interested in being on a 8-hour bus ride, to Oklahoma or whatever to play baseball and to be out there, helping prepare the field for play, in 40-degree weather or 30-degree weather with rain and sleet and snow. That's just what they have here, right? So that kind of deterred me from for pursuing it. But I did have an opportunity to play possibly, yeah.
What was Nebraska's baseball program like?
John Sanders, coach. They're decent. They're decent. They're respectable.
Yeah.
We have some great players like Anthony, Paul Myers played, and those guys. During my era, but before me, it was respectable. I mean, they weren't Nebraska football type deal, but it was a respectable program. Yeah.
It's kind of interesting because I know, for myself growing up, I remember Dave Van Horn, but the John Sanders era before that, just so long as a Husker baseball coach and
plus,
high winning percentage.
Yeah, and plus I wanted some time off.
Sure.
Like even though spring football was what it was, I wasn't going to be traveling as much as you would be with baseball and stuff. So I kind of wanted some time to decompress and just kind of relax too. So, but I'm accountable for that. I probably could have done it, but I chose not to. So.
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice just to kind of have that dream of what if, especially when I've seen guys that I played with that were actually playing, in the major leagues and everything and stuff. So, that could have been me, but I did my thing. So I'm okay with that.
Yeah, you had a pretty good career.
It wasn't bad, but, but baseball is, there's nothing like, putting the mink oil on your glove and, chewing the gum and the spikes and your stirrups and your socks and the dirt and everything, being in a batter's box, going through your routine. I mean, and in Fresno, it was just so nice because the weather was always hot. It was always nice, so you never had to worry about bad conditions. The wind never blew in Fresno. So, and it was hot. It was just something to do.
Yeah.
So it was fun.
Do you ever, as an outfielder, try to climb those walls? I mean, they're too tall to get to the top. But
no, I was lucky enough for,
climb off the wall.
Yeah, no, I didn't have to do that. No. So. But it would have been interesting to see, to take that charge and make that catch, So.
Yeah. Did you ever try too much pitching when you were younger?
I pitched, yeah.
You did,
Even
in high school?
I actually threw a couple no-hitters.
Oh, okay.
I was a junk pitcher. I threw a lot of junk.
Yeah.
A lot of curveballs, a lot of sliders. Tried to throw a knuckleball, I probably threw about 80, 85. I wasn't in the 90s or nothing like that.
Yeah.
But I could place it. I could throw strikes when I wanted to. And I threw a lot of junk.
Yeah.
I threw curveballs all the time. Loved it, man.
Yeah.
Used to play with people with it. Yeah.
Well, those are tough. Yeah. So you learned a few different pitches.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I threw a drop ball.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Where, it just drops. Oh, yeah. I threw a lot of stuff. I was a junk pitcher, man. I used to love it.
So in high school, into your senior year, they even pitch you then?
I pitched a little bit. I didn't pitch as much.
Yeah.
Because they had – see, the sad thing is that for me is that when I went to San Diego, those kids have been playing together forever. So I was kind of an interruption when I came, but they saw that I was good.
Yeah.
So they found a place for me to play. They said, "Oh, we already have pitchers. We don't need you to pitch." I was like, "Okay." I pitched a couple of games. And I was like, "I'm okay with it anyway, right?" So So I always batted in the second or third spot. I didn't bat cleanup. I was batting the second or third spot. I used to lead off a lot, but they always put me at second or third. So I was such a good hitter. I could advance from runner and do all that kind of stuff.
And as
I'm not being arrogant. Baseball was just fun, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I actually forget. I don't forget. I know how much I love it, especially around this time of the year. And stuff.
How would you compare? And obviously not at the professional or college football level, but throwing a touchdown compared to hitting a home run.
Oh shit, man.
Dump button.
I would say a home run.
Home run, you like it better, you think?
Because throwing a touchdown, you have help.
Right. Yeah.
It's you and a receiver.
Yeah.
It's someone else involved. Where a home run, it's all you.
Yeah. You take your time going around the bases?
Sort of.
A little bit, yeah.
There's a little swag to it.
Yeah.
There's a little swag to it. Oh, yeah.
Were there players, throwing bats and they hit home runs or anything back then? Or?
No, it's just a swag. And be honest with you, for me, I learned that I had power later, so I didn't really know it was gonna be out of the park until it was like, so it was too late.
Yeah.
Almost like, wow, that's gone, right?
Like, oh,
yeah. But then I knew once I hit it, this could be the pitch. You just kind of like, you hit it, and it's like a little. It's not a trot. It's kind of a shuffle. Like it's out of here.
Yeah.
It's almost like a fadeaway shot. When you hit it, you kind of turn and walk away.
Yeah.
When you know it's in. That's the feeling. It's a great feeling.
Yeah.
So I would say hitting a home run actually.
Yeah. Well,
it's all by yourself.
Florida over here.
What?
So you fit in right in with Florida.
Florida?
They hit plenty of home runs.
Oh yeah, no, it's a good feeling, man.
As they finally, Florida is up 14-4. I think they're heading to the 6th now. So we'll see again. I think the question more so is not if they win, but if they get to 20.
Yeah. I tell you, what's also nice is when you know you have the pitcher's respect.
Yeah.
When you're in the batter's box, when they know that you can, they're nervous up there.
Yeah.
Because any pitch could be gone. I was just waiting for that fastball right down there, or waiting for that hanging curve, and just take it out. Yeah.
You talk about the kind of the individual kind of feeling of hitting the home run. It's kind of the exact opposite for a pitcher, and I'm sure you've been there too.
I've had home runs hit off me.
Yeah, when you give it up, you're the guy. It's not your shortstop's fault. It's not your coach. It's you.
It's the catcher's fault. It's the catcher's fault.
You can blame the
you
catcher.
told me to throw it here.
Yeah.
Why did you tell me to throw that pitch? You've seen it enough,
Yeah. I guess you have someone to blame a little bit if you can.
You can blame the catcher a little bit. Not very much, though.
Yeah.
And even the catcher told you, no, you got that too high.
Yeah, that's not what I wanted.
I didn't have too many home runs hit off me, though.
No? That's good.
Not too many, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like you said, you threw in a couple of no-hitters, I believe.
Yeah, I did. I threw a couple no-hitters. No joke. No, not in Bellevue, that's for true.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right, let's take a quick break. Once again, this is Weekly Wrap Sessions with All-American quarterback Steve Taylor. We're live from Blur Events in Omaha at the College World Series, the greatest show on dirt. We're having a blast out here. Got one more segment for this show. We'll be out here from the ticket until 6. And once again, we're having a lot of fun. Happy Juneteenth. We'll be back here on 93.7 The Ticket right after this break.
I'm Karen Carr. I've been a realtor for 31 years. When I made a company change 12 years ago, I chose Lincoln First Realty, now NP Dodge. It's the oldest independently owned realty company in the country. Since becoming NP Dodge, we've continued our tradition of community involvement. Our management and staff are always available to offer support in marketing, technology, social media, and educational opportunities.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Nutrition Authority invites you to check out Emerge Zero. Building off the original best-selling Emerge formula, Emerge Zero is a body slenderizing solution that helps blast body fat, curb appetite, and provide the energy you need to get through the day. Emerge Zero can only be found at Nutrition Authority. Check us out at mynutritionauthority.com.
Problem gambling can destroy an individual's finances, relationships, physical, and mental health. If you or a loved one are struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
Hey, baseball fans, join the Blur Tailgate at Hilton Omaha this June for our 12th annual hospitality event during the College Baseball Championship Series. Book an experience for your clients or employees with an inclusive bar, buffet, TVs, music, and tailgate games. Secure your spot today and let Blur Events take care of all the work so you can enjoy the day. Plus, we're just steps away from Charles Schwab Field. Visit blurevents.com to book your group, buy tickets, or learn about sponsorships. That's blurevents.com, your college baseball and football tailgate destination.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Play ball! Ready to unleash the fun with Salt Dogs Baseball? Join us at Haymarket Park for 50 action-packed games running through August. Stay ahead of the game by visiting saltdogs.com for updates on exciting promotions, giveaways, and events happening each week. Experience a change-up from your typical family night, or make it a Grand Slam good time with friends and coworkers.
Strike three, you're out.
Don't miss the fun happening all summer long. Visit saltdogs.com to get your tickets and unleash the fun.
What are you doing, hon? I thought we were going to pick up our Powerball with Power Play and Double Play tickets.
Hold on, I have to sit through this video meeting for work.
Do they realize how big the Powerball jackpot is?
I know, but these blowhards keep rambling on.
I don't want to miss my chance to win millions of dollars.
Well, neither do I, but how do I get these win bags to speed it up?
Dave, you're not on mute.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
Play Powerball from the Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds 1 in 292 million.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today. For over 15 years, Integrated Life Choices has empowered individuals with disabilities in Lincoln and throughout Nebraska. They provide comprehensive services from group homes and independent living services to job training, ensuring fulfilling lives for those that they serve. Now, they're inviting you to join their mission. If you're passionate about making a difference in the lives of people with developmental disabilities, explore rewarding career opportunities with them. Learn more about their services and apply today at www.ilc.net. Be a part of Integrated Life Choices, where your work truly changes lives. 93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
On the Block with Strick and Austin.
When you look at Nebraska baseball, I mean, a 40-win season, best pitching in the Big Ten, above average offense for the Big Ten. You go to regionals, far and away the best pitching staff, but a good half a run below even the third worst offense in that regional. When you look at Nebraska baseball, is that a program that needs to improve the pitching first or the lineup first to be able to make more of a dent in the postseason?
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Bree Fansteel, local race car driver. Join me and James Rowland every Sunday at 7 p.m. for The Finish Line, where we discuss off-road, on-road, and sometimes next-to-the-road racing on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Now back to weekly rap sessions with All-American quarterback Steve Taylor on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Yet another home run looks like it in our baseball game here between Florida and Kentucky. And Florida doing the chomp, doing much of the damage. A solo shot here, 15-4. Florida beating Kentucky. They better save some of this for Texas A&M.
Yeah,
They've got another game tonight.
You don't want to blow your wad. You
Yeah.
want to get enough and chill.
Yeah, so we'll see what kind of happens with Florida here. Once again, we're live from Blur Events in Omaha, College World Series. Greatest show on dirt. We got some of the other ticket talent sitting down, getting ready for their show. Eric Strickland, DP, sitting with us. But as we finish up our final segment here, Steve,
we got two baseball players right here, and I was just talking to Strickland, what was the difference of why you went that direction versus the other, right? And his story is our stories are similar, and you see so many athletes, and you don't really know or realize when you see these players that are playing professionally in their profession, how good they were at other sports and what they could have done. And Strick's story is very similar to mine, but he actually played pro baseball, and when he took it further than what I did, So it's always interesting. We're gonna get him hooked up here to the mic and everything to kind of get his story. And it's always nice when I see you see Murray and you see Russell Wilson, guys like that who were great players and quarterbacks and played professional baseball even at the single A or triple A or double A profession where I didn't take it that far, and I wish I would have taken it that far. So Strick can elaborate on that, and I just asked him, what was the difference with you, man, that made you do what you did?
Well, okay, it's not even like I was a savant in my thinking, or just wise beyond my years. Had nothing to do with that. For me, it was having a conversation with with my coaches. One of them being my baseball coach, and he says to me, he's like, Strick, we want to move you up to AA, send you up to Kane County, was where it was at the time, in the Chicago area. And he's like, yo, I think you'll be a hell of an MLB player, but I also think, you probably could be a hell of an NBA player. But if you decide to go the NBA route, then and if it doesn't work out, we welcome you back with open arms.
Yeah.
I mean, that was like a no-brainer decision for me, right? Because I started weighing it. I said, if I decide to make this choice to stay, obviously I had to go through AA. Usually at that time, the leap for, players that played in the field was, you make the jump from AA into the MLB.
Yeah.
Or the major leagues. But at the time also, Steve, I knew that if basketball worked, it's immediate.
It's immediately, yeah.
Whereas going through the minors, you just don't know.
You don't know.
You just don't know. You could be there 3 years, 4 years, be there a couple years. I felt that you go for the now it hits or it don't.
It's a faster path.
Yeah, it's a faster path.
Unless there are extreme circumstances. And here's another thing that I learned, and I didn't really learn this until I start hanging out with professional basketball players, because my nephew, played in the league so long, and I was around all these basketball players, and that's when I realized there's a different. I think, and Strick can elaborate on this, I think there's a different makeup. When I met these basketball players, and I met a few in college, like Vic and Henry Chu Buchanan, but I didn't think about it back then. But as I was around these professional basketball players, their temperament, I think, is different. To me, they're more laid back. They're more, I think, in general, they're easier going. Where football players are really aggressive, everything's fast, everything's kind of hard. Where basketball players, I think their temperament is more conducive to like baseball. Versus you're a really three-sport guy. You play football, baseball, and basketball, because not the highest levels. Whereas I was a quarterback. But so I learned, there is a difference just in your genetic. Can you talk more about that? How you feel? And like I said, you're cool, you're laid back, you're easygoing. Yeah. Do you think there's some validity there with that?
I'll say for me, I think you're right in this instance. I will just also say that for me, I felt that basketball encompassed every aspect of those sports. It allowed me to still remain physical.
Yep.
And it allowed me to understand the things of football, leverage, no snaps off.
Yes.
Mentally focused and honed in. If it's on the defensive side, it's reading and understanding formations, route combinations possible within this scope, whether or not depth, somebody, you just
exactly,
get to read all these things just going on around you.
It's like a quarterback. You see all these different movements, and you have to have the checks and balances in different situations.
And it's the same thing on the offensive side.
Exactly.
In the positions that I played, I had to understand, okay, coverage, this is probably where we're going to be dropped. So you kind of having these little games play in your head. Okay. On the baseball side, strategic. Multiple plays ahead.
Yes.
If something happens, it goes down the line, depending on who's on base. You had all these things,
different scenarios
that are playing within your head. And the main part of it was, this is a game that plays to fail. What I mean by that is success and failure is a win in baseball. Meaning if you get to the plate 10 times and you hit 3 of those 10, that's in any other sport. 3 completions in 10 is horrible, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You're a bad quarterback, right? But 3 and 10 in baseball is good.
Not
and
bad,
you have to be able to eat it back, take into account what they're scouting on you. You're a pull hitter. You have to then be focused on staying back, knowing that you're not going to probably get anything inside, They're going to work you away. So I have to stay back and be able to hit oppo field.
Yep.
And those are the things for baseball. But it's the strategic aspect of it. It's the games, the mental part of it that helped me in basketball. And I felt that that's what it gave me in all the sports.
I mean, because I thought about that. And the more I was around professional basketball players, the more I really kind of enjoyed a lot of things that they had that we did not have with football. I mean, first of all, the environment that they play in, the conditions are always good. You're indoor. Now, different arenas are the depth perception, that kind of stuff can be different. You're so close to the fans, right? You're right there.
Yeah.
You know, and then on a national standpoint, you're more recognizable than you are a football player. I mean, just because you have a helmet on now, everyone's on TV. But before, I mean, the general public would not know who you are unless you said your name or they got your name. Where basketball, they see your face, they know exactly who you are because they see you on the field. So, and I tell you, the best union you can have is the NBA. I mean, these guys, they can take time off when they want. I mean, their collective bargaining agreement is really, really player friendly. And then in football, NFL is more closer to that now than it ever has been. But the thing is that you guys play how many games? 100? How many games do you guys play?
If you're a regular season, you're playing 82.
Yeah. So what is that like when you guys used to go on your 2-week road trips? When you have to pack for that. I mean, I can't imagine. That's what I like about football. We're gone in Canada. We were gone. No, we travel on Friday. We play on Saturday. We come home Sunday. Come home Saturday night. We have rundown film Sunday. Then we got Monday off. So we're gone maybe a day or two. Where basketball, you're gone. It's a different life.
Yeah,
what is that like?
There's
a lot of advantages to that too.
There is. I mean, it's rough though.
I know.
I mean, like for example, usually on those stretches, back then it's not now. They minimized the back-to-backs like they didn't back when I played. In those 2-week stretches, at least probably one of those weeks, you're going to have 5 and 7. So you're going to have a back-to-back, a travel day, a game, a travel day, and a back-to-back, or back-to-back travel, back-to-back travel, then one on the way home. So it was wild because it obviously is mentally challenging because you're going to have to you get there. You definitely have a lot of time. I will say I had a great time in one instance. We had one of those sessions when I was playing with the Boston Celtics, and we landed in Atlanta, and we go out to dinner and hang the night before. We play the game. Obviously, Atlanta at that time wasn't very good. We blast them. We fly out to Miami the next night, and Antoine Walker's like, "Yo, you got 3 limos." Like, and Miami wasn't bad. They had Mourning. I want to say they had a young D Wade. No, he wasn't there yet. They had Mourning, Hardaway.
Oh yeah.
They weren't bad. They were tough. And we went out, and the next thing you know, Steve, we were in this one spot until 6 in the morning with the game that night. But that's the professionalism of basketball. In that you got to know you if you're going to do stuff like that, you better come and still be able to.
Yeah.
Because the Voice Genesis is out there. We didn't have Instagram, thank you, Lord. We didn't have Facebook, but we had them.
Did you guys win that game?
We did.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, it worked out well.
There you go.
Congratulations, by the way, to your Celtics and my Celtics, but you're the former Celtic here winning their championship.
No doubt, man. It truly was a blessing.
Yeah. All right, that'll probably wrap it up here. It's been great talking with Eric Strickland here. This is Weekly Wrap Sessions with All-American quarterback Steve Taylor and, once again, new grandfather. Welcome to the grandfather.
Appreciate that, man. It's been fun so far.
We'll be back next Wednesday with Steve Taylor. We're here at Blur Events till 6 on 93.7 The Ticket. Don't go anywhere.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Hello, this is Mary Pat Waite. I've had the privilege of working with Lincoln families as their realtor for more